this is the beginning of the Mallaby article. Let's analyze it, see what strategies he applies in his introduction, and see what his thesis statement is. Now, if you listened to the lecture on introductions, you saw that there were 7 essential strategies writers use: the historical or factual background, and the establishment of main ideas or major divisions, the anecdote, the contrasting of 2 aspects, the question, the quotation, and of course the surprising fact or statistic. As we look at the Mallaby article, we see he starts off, 5 years ago, China recruited Gabriel Salvendi, an American scientist from Purdue University, to set up a Department of Industrial Engineering at Tsinghua University in Beijing. Salvendi didn't speak Chinese, not a word, apologies, but that didn't matter. In the department he created, 75% of the lectures and 100% of the textbooks are in English. Really, what he's beginning with, if you take a look at some of these strategies here, is he's beginning with the anecdote. He's really giving an anecdote of one particular professor's experience in starting this unit in Beijing. Tsinghua is China's top science university, and it had global ambitions even before Salvendi arrived. Professors were rewarded with $700 bonuses every time they published in an international journal, which they did slightly more than 800 times in 2001. He turbocharged the system by extending bonuses to graduate students. By offering a ridiculously small sum, $125, he created a powerful incentive, because the standard pay for a research assistant at Tsinghua is around $60 a month. Pretty soon, students were churning out work that appeared as papers co-authored with professors. By 2005, Tsinhua's international journal count had jumped 8-fold. He's still on his anecdote here. He has not given his thesis statement yet. You still don't know what his essay is about. And that's one point I wanted to mention, is that the lecture mentioned that a thesis is often at the end of the first paragraph. But if you read op-ed pieces in a newspaper or other essays in magazines, you'll often see that the thesis will occur in second or third or fourth paragraphs. But let's continue. Salvendi has no doubt that Tsinghua scientists will soon be claiming Nobel Prizes, but the trickier question is what this means for the United States. Now we see he's honing in on his point. The U.S. science establishment, led by the big research universities and high-tech companies, has just persuaded President Bush to ramp up math and science spending. So far, he hasn't stated a thesis. He hasn't stated an argument that he's going to defend. He has simply stated facts. You know, the question is, or he's posed a question, and he's stated a fact that the U.S. science establishment has persuaded President Bush to increase spending for science and math. Part of the rationale for this new American competitiveness initiative is that it's needed to defend U.S. economic leadership. Now, again, he hasn't made an argument yet. He hasn't given his thesis yet. He's still giving basically facts. But while generous math and science funding should be a government priority, the invocation of the threat from China is mostly spurious. And I would agree with a number of you. This is really the thesis statement of the essay. First of all, a thesis has to be somewhere near the beginning of the essay. You have to state your argument first, and then use the rest of the essay to defend it. Any statement at the end of an essay is not going to be a thesis. Then he starts to talk about, why the threat from China is mostly spurious. He talks about science and math advocates have been harumphing about national competitiveness. But here's his contrast: the American economy went from strength to strength over the next decade. In other words, for the last number of decades, the science and math advocates have been arguing that we need to worry about this issue, but our economy has not reflected that worry. Our economy has continued to be stronger than other nations' economies. And then he gives a more historical perspective. This hasn't stopped the science lobby from making the arguments again. Then he analyzes why their argument is flimsy. So you see, his point is that we don't have to worry so much about China and its threat, because the invocation of the threat from China is mostly spurious, and the rest of his essay is a defense of that argument. So this really is his thesis statement. Thanks very much for all of your contributions to this conversation. We'll continue with the analysis of the Mallaby article as I post more responses. Thanks. Take care.